Thank you very much indeed. That's Peter Wilson from Action Fraud. 200,000 people in Britain may have fallen victim to online romance scams. We think the big romance at Man City between Carlos Tevez and the club is over. Jackie will tell us more.
Yep, pretty much. Both Manchester clubs in Champions League action last night. But all the talk this morning is about Carlos Tevez and his tantrum.
Right, if you're just joining us sports-wise, it's all kicking off at Manchester City, and this is a row between Carlos Tevez and the club. He was supposed to be used as a substitute last night. He didn't come on. For what reason, Jackie?
Well, we don't know why he didn't come on. He said afterwards he didn't feel quite right. I think perhaps, he wasn't the first substitute, so he was a little bit angry about that. Either way, up in Munich on Tuesday, I'd warmed up, I was ready to play. This is not the right time to go into specific details as to why. Yes, it is, Carlos. It is. Why it didn't happen. But I want to state that I never refused to play. There was some confusion, lots of reaction to this morning. But
what is the reaction? What are people saying?
Most people say that if in any other job, if you refuse to do your job point blank, you'd be sacked, or there'd be some kind of disciplinary action.
You just get the impression they've gone home, they've thought about this, the management have realised, you mightn't be paid as a result of this. Maybe we should apologise. Does it ring true, City fans? Let us know this morning.
Yes. Well, on the pitch, things just went from bad to worse last night for Manchester City. They had 2 early...
And it's quite a lovely morning over most of the country. Just don't take my word for it. Let's go to Isabel, who's out there by the River Thames. She's in Twickenham this morning. Beautiful picture, and the weather's not bad either. And Jackie's here with that, and you could say that the Manchester City boss, Roberto Mancini, is devastated this morning.
He is devastated this morning. All of the sport this morning is pretty much about Carlos Tevez's tantrums last night and what the fallout from that is going to be. He got on the bus, but is Tevez...
Let's bring you up to date in the Carlos Tevez situation after the fallout. He wouldn't come on to play last night when asked to do so for Manchester City by his manager. What's the latest, Jackie?
The latest is they were 2-0 down. He was asked to come off the bench. He apparently said no, but this morning he said actually that's not the case at all, and he's come out with a statement which was released through his management company. This is what the statement said. I'd like to apologise to the Manchester City supporters with whom I've...
Mancini's authority. I mean, there's one boss, and Tevez has...
They've realised this morning, might not get paid
but
now.
I think this manager's got trouble because he's got too many players, be it Tevez, Balotelli or Zeko there,
too many
whatever.
Egos.
Too many
Massive
egos. And they seem to question him all the time. You just couldn't see that happening at Old Trafford. I mean, even with David Beckham or whatever, it was, you challenge Fergie,
that's it, you're out the door. Well, I think Mancini, as you say, has a terrible problem. And one thing we do know is he's absolutely furious about this. You know how some things on Twitter really make people very, very annoyed? This is one thing. And Kevin Mitchell, who writes for The Guardian, has got in touch and said, leave him on the bench for every match or sue him for breach of contract. Roy Gray says his teammates must be fed up with him. He's a spoilt brat. And someone who's called, they call me TG. If it was any other workplace or employee and they refused to work, then disciplinary procedures would start leading to a dismissal. I think most people think that he should be sacked because his job is to play football and he didn't want to. Last night, on the pitch, this is what happened. It was sort of bad.
Well, from nightmare pictures to a lovely picture, lovely scene this morning. There's Isabel. To bask in this Indian summer in Twickenham is where she is this morning. Good morning, Isabel. In the studio now, we're delighted to welcome, well, someone who used to be an insurance clerk, an insurance advisor. Yeah? Helped Jade Thompson to be crowned Britain and Ireland's next top model. You may have seen it on Sky on Monday night. Jade Complete night when it all happened. Here we go. For you, that is absolutely incredible.
When I watch it back, I just feel exactly the same. Completely in shock, and it's just overwhelming.
And do you ever look at it back and think, just say, she hadn't have announced my name? Say it had gone the other way.
I don't know what.
Do you win? Where do you go from here?
Oh God.
They're very proud of you.
Yeah, Stoke are very proud. Yeah.
Listen, there's 2 girls beside you, and I hear them all day. They talk about, they're worried about this and that, and the things that they see that other people don't see. And I know with you, it was the freckles and it was the red hair. Brace them. Do you see them? How do you deal with them?
Competition. Was it sort of the rivalry, or maybe just the whole process of losing the self-consciousness, having the photos taken?
I think it was just learning, because I'd never done it before and everybody else had a little bit of experience, so that was the hardest thing, just getting to grips.
I'll get something as well. I always feel sorry for the loser because the winner gets everything. But do they say, oh, we'll give you a contract as well anyway, just don't mention it?
Well, in past years, other people have come second have been signed, so You Stay's amazing, so she'll definitely get signed and she'll be working as well.
Yeah. And you get a chance to see everything on the catwalk, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to the live catwalk.
And now you are the top model in Britain and Ireland.
So it really does work.
Back and says, and don't change.
I won't change.
Don't become diva-like.
I won't.
Yeah.
Don't have a tantrum.
Don't have a tantrum. Lovely to see you,
and
very worthy winner. Thank you very
you.
much indeed, Jane. Thank you. Jackie, sports-wise.
Yes, we've been talking tantrums a lot this morning because Carlos Tevez last night refused to come off the bench. Amazing that year because the French are revolting.
Lovely.
Very common in football.
Very good.
Tantrums.
And you like your football too, don't you?
Yeah. Stoke City.
Yeah, well, yeah, they did very well against Man United last week. Very difficult team to beat, Stoke. Very good. Well done. Have a good season there. Thanks, Jade. Outside, this will bring the freckles out today. The sunshine. Isabel.